Hey, what's happening everyone? My name is Wayne. That is the Giant e-bike, and now it is party time! This is a 27.5 inch trail bike with 140 millimeters of travel and a motor that produces 80 newtons of torque. What's nice about the e-bikes are I'm gonna smash out a shit ton of riding in a short amount of time. Let's go head up and start with the first bit of trail. Let me lock it out quick. Feel the difference. It really locks it out proper. It's very rigid but also quite bouncy. The rebound setting is non-existent on the shock if it's locked out. I hit a bit of a bump in the road and I start bouncing all around like a pogo stick. Now if you want to see the specs on this bike, I'll leave it in the video description, and I'll also have a link at the end of the video for you. There's a little rectangular square that's going to pop up on the corner of the screen just about now. The Maestro system is really forgiving. I mean, it feels really good. It feels nice and linear. It's not harsh at all. Like I rode the Specialized Levo and I felt that the progression on the suspension was a bit too harsh. The ramp up was really severe, but this one is a more linear feeling, gradual ramp up, which is amazing. It feels really good, really comfortable. Feels like it's soaking up majority of the bumps of this trail. Like when you land these drops and jumps, suspension just soaks it up beautifully. Woo! It's not harsh at all. It's really nice feeling. The bike feels really planted. Oh, I should have gone down there. Wait a minute. I gotta go do that again. Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Oh man. Oh my word. Yeah! Sweet! Might high five myself right there. The motor on this bike tops out at about 26 kilometers per hour, which means once you hit that speed, the motor is going to be governed and it's going to shut down. So you won't get any pedal assist happening if you go over that speed. One of the drawbacks of this e-bike is the cockpit area is pretty confusing. There's a lot happening here and it's just way too much. I have the front derailleur and I have the motor control pad. On my right hand I have a dropper post and I have my rear derailleur levers here on my right. Let's see how this bike climbs. This is a nice climb. It's got some loose rocky bits, some really techie climbing sections. Let's check eco mode out first. I don't want to put too much power down because that could be worse for it. Okay, oh, I need some more power. Got a bit of a climb here. Let's get it. Yeah, okay. Shreds it pretty well. Climbs up nicely. You've got to keep the power down and you've got to keep it manageable. You don't want too much power cruising up this loose stuff because that is just going to break traction and you're going to spin out the back. Just keep it in a nice decent power mode. I've got it in tour at the moment, nothing too brutal. I've got brilliant traction and all's good. This thing climbs like a champ. You can hear the motors working properly climbing up this piece of single track. Let's hit this corner here. Switchbacks are good. Climb up here like a trooper, like a champ. Oh, around the corner, there we go. Okay, on stuff like this bike is really secure, really stable. I do feel it is a lot stiffer than what the previous generation was. That could be due to the new Trunnion Maestro suspension platform that this bike features. It feels nice and stiff, nice and secure. It doesn't get flustered by normal trail like this, but I wouldn't trust this bike on any of the steeper, gnarlier descents that I usually hit. But then again, this bike isn't made for it. This is a trail bike made for stuff like this. Woo! It's nice and weighty, giving you that security. And you know what's also rad about this bike is it's really fun to ride. Cornering on this bike is also really good. It thrashes those corners. It struggles a little bit to catch up with the fast, repetitive hits. But there's only so much that you can really tune on the shock. This is the entry-level shock, so you've only basically got rebound and lockout settings on the shock. So don't expect much from it. When you land this bike on the bigger drops and jumps, it's got a very nice, comfortable float kind of feel. Nothing harsh, nothing that's going to rip your gimbal apart when you're dropping, and nothing that's going to hurt your wrists. This e-bike has got 5 different modes. In eco mode, you're getting the heart rate going at a fairly alright pace. Then secondly, I've got a tour mode, which is going to increase the power on this motor a little bit more, make it a little bit easier to get up this hill. Then I've got active, which now I can really feel the power kicking in. This motor is pretty darn powerful. Then I've still got 2 modes to go. This is sport mode, and this is really pushing it now. I'm like increased the pace quite dramatically. Then I still got 1 mode to go, which is power mode. Now this thing is really taking off. I'm climbing this climb at 20 kilometers an hour. Can you freaking believe it? I mean, if I want to go faster, I can. Just drop a gear and I'm increasing pace. My God, this is freaking brilliant. I'm like motoring up this hill at a fast pace. Oh my God, I'm gonna get up here in no time. Let's get it back down to eco because I'm gonna wear out the battery pretty fast if I keep it in sport. Yo. That's the only way I can probably keep up with you. There was a pro rider right over there, Aion Luti. If you do tend to change gears, sometimes it gets a bit harsh and it slams into the next gear. So it's just the power of the motor putting down a little bit too much power down on that rear derailleur, and it just smashes into that gear like there. You can hear that. Usually this would be a bugger to get up and it would be like snail pace, but with this giant e-bike I'm not even breaking a freaking sweat up here. Woo! Yeah! Oh man, this is good. Yeah! I love this way that this bike handles. These plus size tires do a really good job of dampening the trail. Gotta thread this needle, yeah. Whoa! Uh-oh! Woo! Yeah! Now e-bikes in general have a slight bit of lag time between pedal strokes and the motor engaging, but this one is probably the quickest engaging e-bike that I've felt to date. Woo! And I like the way that this motor feels. It's got plenty of power, plenty of torque, nice even feeling. It is really good. Woo! Yeah! It is fantastic. Yeah! It's a stare down. Oh. Oh no, man. Alright, I made it through there alive. You know, even though this bike is heavy, it does feel like a relatively short bike. So it gets flustered in the really rough stuff, and it also feels pretty unstable in the very fast stuff. So at high speed, I don't feel as safe and as planted as what I do on my own enduro bike. Some things I don't like about this bike. This screen right over here, a lot of the information that this computer is giving, I'm getting from my GPS watch, or you would get from your GPS device, because at the end of the day you want to track your ride, and this unit doesn't have tracking. It's a very rudimentary system, still using that old school magnet on the back wheel to read the cadence and also to track your distance. It's nice to like be able to see your speed every now and then, but let's face it, when the speed really matters, you're looking out on the trail. I would actually just remove it completely, but I don't think that you can. I think that it has to be on the bike because this thumb pad here connects straight to that. That seems to be the central control point on this whole bike. In saying that, I crash a hell of a lot. I'm gonna smash this panel right over here. Another thing I would change is I'll definitely have some wider bars. That's another thing I'll remove from this bike, is the front derailleur and this whole 2x system. Another thing with the 2x is it's quite noisy. There is no ways I could put a shorter stem on here. I am like on my limit here. I'm 173 centimeters tall. This is a medium-sized frame. For an e-bike, I would have thought that this bike would be a lot more stable than what it is, but it's not. Although the cornering is really good, it lacks a bit on the stability department. It gets flustered pretty darn quickly when it gets really rough, especially at high speed. When the trail gets rough and you're going fast, you definitely feel like you can lose control of this bike a little bit too easily. Plenty of power there. There we go. Through like a trooper. Traction is brilliant out back because this motor doesn't surge power out dramatically. It sort of gradually puts the power down, and that's essentially creating like traction control on this e-bike. Brilliant. So that's it for this episode. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys are feeling the stoke. Punch that like button if you like this video. Subscribe if you like my channel. Remember, videos every Monday and Wednesday. I will catch you on the next episode.